Hello, I am George. This is my presentation to the Montfort University Business School, Level 6 business students. Micro-environmental strategic analysis using the industry attractiveness analysis framework. That's the topic for the day. This is going to be related to, marketing companies, just like maybe Unilever or Nestle, some of these companies. How we can look at this microenvironment factors. Students have already learned these topics, strategic environment, and to remind students, they have learned something and they have known how, to analyze external environment, how it affects the organization strategies. They have also learned about competitive advantage. And that went to students understand conditions, any conditions that puts company or business in a superior or favorable business position. Right. After completing this topic, students will be able to recognize or identify some factors of microenvironment of business. There are a lot of factors, but you'll be looking at some important ones. So students will get to know this, to identify them. Good. Microenvironment of business. Let us try to explain it. Microenvironment of business consists of the elements or components that are controllable by the management. Those factors that management can control. So it refers to the environment in which there is a direct contact with the organization. So that is actually direct. It is also seen that it affects the routine. Any effect of them will affect the routine activities of the business, just like that. So they are very, very important. That needs to be checked. It is also a collection of, forces or factors that are close to the organization, and this can influence the performance as well as the day-to-day activities of the firm. So microenvironment of business, this is how we see they are very close and it can affect performance of the business. So they are very important for management to ensure that they can manage them. Let's look at the framework for the day. This framework is taken from learnermarketing.net. We have the company here and the factors surround them. We have customers, employees, competitors, media, shareholders, suppliers. There are other factors, but we are only looking at these 6 factors today. Other factors are there. So let's take them one by one to explain them, to understand how they affect and how the management should, help to manage them. The first 2 to be explained are employees and customers. Without of employees, the first point is what? Skills and experience. All right. Let's say employee staff with relevant skills and experience is very essential to every organization. And as such, this process begins at what? Recruitment stage. And it continues throughout an employee's employment through ongoing training and promotion opportunities. Yes. And not only that, we can also have training and development that also plays a very critical role in achieving what? Competitive advantage. So what should the management do? The point is, if a business employs staff without motivation, skills, or experience, it will definitely affect customer service and eventually sales. So there's a need for management to have that one under control to ensure that staff are being motivated, the skills and experience are always maintained, or they can add value to that so that they can always progress, and therefore sales can be assured always. Let's look at another factor, customers. The first point is business needs customers. Yes, every business needs customers. So it should be centered around customers. Without customers, the business cannot stand. Yes. They need customers who can convey the goods from the company to other places or to the consumers, etc. So there's a need for attracting and retaining what? Customers. Even the marketing plan of the company should aim to, attract and retain customers through what? Products that meets the needs and wants of the customers so that they can have excellent customer service. So this is very important. Next, let's look at suppliers and that of competitors. Suppliers provide materials. Yes, that's the job of the suppliers. They provide raw materials to the company. What the company needs, they provide. So suppliers' behavior, what is happening? Any effect of suppliers' behavior, any can affect the running or smooth running of the organization. It directly affects it. For example, if a supplier provides a poor service, this could increase what? Time skills or even product quality. Yeah. Not only that, if there's an increase in raw materials, these are all under the behavior. It will also affect what organizations, even their marketing strategy, it will affect it. And may even force prices to increase. So management has to cross supplier relationships. There's a need to ensure that supplier relationships are very well taken care of, very, very serious, in order to remain competitive and secure what? Quality products, and also timely for your products to the customers or the consumers. All about competitors. Marketing differentiation, yes. The name of the game in marketing is what? Differentiation, okay? So there's a need to have competitor analysis always to ensure that you are remaining in the market or you are in the position. Competitor analysis questions can be asked. For instance, can the organization offer benefits that are better than those of its competitors? Then there's a need to analyze this. You can also ask questions about the unique selling point. Does the business have a unique selling point? Unique selling point is just a marketing term that highlights the value, of a company's offering and how they are different from competitors in a very unique way. So you need to analyze some of these things to ensure that, yes, you are competing or you are in the market to, compete very well. The point is, the management needs to manage some of these things. So if management is unaware of competitors' activities, it will be very difficult for the management to, beat or outcompete the competitors. So there's a need for management to always become aware of the competitors' activities, and this is going to help the organization. The last 2 points or factors are shareholders and media. Raising money for investment by floating. Okay. We understand shareholders' activities as organizations require investment to grow. They may decide to raise money by floating on stock market. For instance, move from private to public, let's say, ownership. So the introduction of public shareholders, what does it do? It brings new pressures to the organization. Why? Because they want return on the money invested. And this can have a very bad control in the business because management would like to, increase profits so that they can get for them, for the shareholders and many others. So there's a need to manage shareholder relationship in this sense. Managing shareholder relationship will not affect the organizational strategy. It will rather enhance it. So there's a need for that. And otherwise, this rapid, demand for, returns and others will, push you to increase profits, and it will affect along the, success of the business. So there's a need for that. The last one is media. With media, you got positive and negative attention to every organization. So positive media attention can enhance or can make an organization. In the same way, negative media attention can also break or even put the company in a position that they cannot stand. Let me put it in that way. So there's a need for management to manage media always. If you manage media, it's going to help them or help you for them to promote the business positively, and that will help your organization. If you don't, then that is the other way side. Even some of the organizations employ public relations consultants or officers just to manage certain events or incidents for them. Some are regular employees and some of them too are ad hoc. So it depends what phase the organization. So the bottom line is there's a need to manage this. Closing or wrapping up. Good. Now, at the end of the day, let us see. We have tried to identify some of micro environment of business. We have looked at what? Employees. Without employees, the point is, if a business employs staff without motivation, skills, or experience, it will affect customer service, and also it will affect the run of the business and as well sales too. All about customers. With that of customers, so there's a need to retain and attract customers, or attract and retain, let's put it that way, so that customers can meet the demands, so that the company can meet the demands of customers. For instance, their wants and needs, in order to have an excellent customer service in the business. The next point is competitors. We also learned that competitor analysis and even monitoring is crucial if an organization is to maintain or improve its position in the market. So this is also very, very important. Suppliers. Supplier relationship too, there's a need to close that to always ensure that it's very effective. It's effective way to remain competitive, and it will help them the organization to secure what? Quality products timely to their customers. Media. There's also the need to manage media very well. If you manage media, it will help the media to promote the organization in a positive way. And that's going to help the organization so that it will reduce the impact of a negative event on their reputation. Lastly, shareholders. Relationship with shareholders too needs to be managed carefully, as rapid short-term increases in profits could detrimentally affect long-term success of the business. So there's the need to manage that, and that will help the organization very well. Thank you very much for today. Now the question is, what are you taking home? You have learned these 6 factors. So you still have other factors to study. You can look at, some of them like intermediary, marketing intermediaries, even trade unions and others. Learn so many factors that affect is analyze them. Next time too, we'll be looking at how to analyze resources and capabilities. That will be our next topic. Thank you very much. Questions and answers time. And I've got this reading list for you. Johnson and Scholes, 2019 Exploring Strategy. They have that of 2006 too. And this article, very important one, Kotler, 2006. And Lynch too, 2019 Strategic Management. And therefore, I've got this source for you too. Thank you very much for today. Thank you. Okay.